Hello and welcome to Cornish Walking Trails. Today we're here at Port Isaac. Hello, I'm Sarah, and you would normally expect a walk video from our channel. You've probably watched one or two, hopefully you have. Anyway, today we're not on a walk, we're here at Port Isaac. I've been asked to do a commission, so hi Laura, thank you very much for asking me. She wanted me to do one of Port Isaac for her, to specifically include the schoolhouse. I love creating art pieces using mixed media and textiles and incorporating pieces of sea glass, like the ones you're seeing on the screen now. For a touch of Cornwall on your wall, why not check out my Etsy store or email me about a commission. The details are in the description. So we've wandered out to the edge of Port Isaac, taking the southwest coast path towards Port Quin, and you do get a good view of Port Isaac from here. It looks all nestled and snug. The cliffs kind of hug that little harbour. There's been a harbour around here, the plaza in particular, that area, since the Tudor times. So what about that composition? Obviously we've been asked specifically to include the schoolhouse there on the left hand side. It's quite a notable building. It's now a hotel. I think we should wander down the cliff towards Port Isaac and get some views going back through and see which one really epitomises where the school sits in the village and how it's hugged by the cliffs. I want to capture that kind of feeling of it being cuddled or hugged by the cliffs.
Here comes the sun.
Okay, so I'm enjoying this composition. It's getting me really excited. I love the bracken in the foreground. You've got the arm of the harbour wall taking you up to the cliff and a sweep to the school. And the yellow boat, well, it just pops, doesn't it? I love this. So Andrew's giving me a hand here. He's taken one or two photos, and if one of those looks a little bit better, a little bit funnier, then I can borrow aspects from that. So I'm pretty sure we've taken loads of photos there. I'm pretty sure I'll get the right one for the composition. So let's just pick up the southwest coast path again and we'll head on down into Port Isaac. Maybe have a sneaky peek at Doc Martin's house as well. If you're familiar with Port Isaac and Doc Martin, you'll know it from that show.
Good shots then?
Wow, what I like about this, you've got that little bit of wave, and I like doing my French knots in the waves, so that could be a goer. But the schoolhouse might be a bit small, but the sun is lighting up that dome above the clock beautifully, so yeah, quite like this as well. So let's go and see if there's any sea glass down there. I know in some cultures this is meant to be good luck. Stinks. You're running the gauntlet, aren't you?
What?
Well look what's happened to me.
Oh no! Oh, oh no, it's supposed to be lucky.
Well,
I got a present for Laura. Fudge.
That you're eating?
I'm going to try it.
I think we're in luck. Yes. Ooh. Pottery. I'm just going to get on with collecting. I'm hardly having to move, it's fantastic. So I have a theory that beaches close to pubs and communities have more sea glass on them. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm not having to work hard today, which is brilliant. It's a piece of brick.
Oh, okay.
How does it get here? Go away! No, go away! That's my phone! Is he going to peck me? No!
He's going to tweet you, Sarah.
How do we get rid of him? No,
Oh,
stop
no,
this.
no. Up it.
It's not good for you!
Run away.
I know, you're hungry, aren't you? Not really. You'll have to bribe him with some fudge.
You know my fudge.
You could stroke him. Look, is he going to peck me? Look, you can touch him. I've never touched a seagull before.
Perhaps he was the one that pebble dashed you. Recovered the glass.
I don't want him eating it.
No.
Not good for his tummy, is it?
Saying if that seagull ate that glass,
Yeah.
he'd have a bit of a pain.
Ah, do you think he's going to follow us?
Probably.
All I've got to do now, go home, wash the sea glass and make a sea glass project.
As simple as that.
Yeah, I love doing this, love it.
Feeling bad.
Why?
I ate all that fudge.
Yeah?
I'm just going to send it to Laura.
She ain't got none now, has she?
No.
Photographs from Put Isaac, and we've decided on the actual crop of the photograph. Today I'm going to draw it, paint it and get it attached to some fabric. For this project I will be using acrylics, fabric, embroidery threads and this stuff. This is Bondaweb. It's usually used in applique. So this is parchment paper sprayed with a layer of glue onto which I'm going to paint and then fuse it to the fabric. And I forgot to say the best bit, choosing the sea glass. Look at all that collected on Put Isaac Beach. Gonna have a bit of fun with that, aren't I? This is the photograph we're gonna go for. Particularly like the composition of this photograph. We're gonna have some kind of U-shaped, as if it's like an oval frame with the bracken at the bottom. And then your eye will be drawn up the harbour wall, up to the top of the cliff and hopefully down the hill, passing the schoolhouse all the way to the lifeboat station. Hopefully your eye will just go round in a circle. Now we need to get the paints out. I'm going to flip it over first and then paint on the Bondaweb side. We're going to paint this in reverse. The harbour wall arm is here and you fall down the hill past the schoolhouse to the lifeboat station and the beach. that the image is dry, I'm going to remove it from the backing board and then iron it onto a piece of fabric. Now for the fun bit, I have my jar of sea glass, so let's choose some pieces. What catches my eye, and is quite unusual, is this yellowy piece. I don't know, that might work as the boat. So I went with that yellow piece, just to pop, but not too vibrantly. We have some brick just as the stems of the bracken and the ferns that are dying off in the autumn colours, and some bramble leaves going out towards the sea. I think it looks really good so far. This afternoon I'll start picking out the buildings, especially the schoolhouse, to make it look like Port Isaac. I want to give that glue some time just to go off, so I think I'm going to take my little doggy out, aren't we? Yeah! Come on then! To give you a little update on the progress so far on my Port Isaac commission piece, and I've started to really pick out the little houses as they come down towards the schoolhouse and on then down towards the harbour itself. Here we have the red lion, 3 little lions to represent the balcony. Who's not had a glass of wine there? And down here we've got a jumble of roofs, and I can't pick out every detail at this sort of scale, just an idea, a token gesture towards the housing. And again, up behind here, a token gesture. The bit I'm working on at the moment, I'm putting the French knots in here, a little bit of negative space that we can just make those little buildings pop out and sing. Good. So now for the fun bit, start adding some beautiful autumn colours into the foliage and give it a bit of definition. I will literally build it up like it would be a hedgerow, so I'll start with the darker colours at the back, make it look really dense at the bottom and try to create a U shape. So let's get going. I have some dark green here and I'm going to put some leaves in. Make sure that I secure these little bits of sea glass. They're glued on, but a thread or two will secure them. Hello everyone, and I hope you're well and safe. I'm here today to show you the finished Port Isaac piece. I'm really pleased with it. I love the autumn colours. Let's take a closer look. So here is my piece of Port Isaac.
Is this my new career?
You're a nail. You aren't meant to be
I'm
noisy. I really enjoyed doing this because the usual thing you'd expect is a summer scene, but this is an autumn scene, and I was able to let rip with the burnt oranges and the dark reds. Oh, I really enjoyed that. The sea brick here is representing some of that bracken stem as it kind of goes over. I really enjoy creating the fern shapes with French knots and little crescents of satin stitch as they curl over at the top. In beautiful contrast, we had some bramble leaves in green and orange. They work perfectly together. And when I started this piece, I was trying to make like a circular eye movement, eye progression around the painting. So I made the bracken oval shaped that then takes your eye up the harbour wall and down the cliff to the schoolhouse, which is really important to Laura. And then we carry on through the higgledy-piggledy buildings here with all their misshapen roofs at all funny angles. Really enjoyed trying to make that look so haphazard, and we end up at the lifeboat station. If you're interested in a touch of Cornwall on your wall, why not check out my Etsy store? Search Cornish Walking Trails, no spaces, on etsy.com. Right, what are you doing? You're filming a hedge.
Yeah, it's a lovely edge, isn't it? Look at that.